Hey there, friends. This is Jack down here at Backcountry Wine Bar and Cascadia Wine. And I want to announce a new project with you. I'm going to be starting a monthly, I think monthly is the goal for starters. And we might ramp it up to weekly eventually, but for now, we're going to start a monthly special offering of something unique or hard to get or something that I've found a little stash of from the cellar. Just in one way, shape, or form, something special to offer you as something to purchase from our shop. And these particular items, we will offer them to you with free shipping. So that's kind of the deal with this. This is going to be like Jack's special pick of the month. And we're going to kick it off with a very special wine that I want to tell you about. It's Quilceda Creek. And I'm sure many of you will recognize that name or the label. But for those of you who are not familiar, Quilceda Creek is actually one of the oldest wineries in Washington. The Washington wine industry actually got a little bit of a slower start than Oregon did. Oregon really ramped up in the late 60s through the early 70s. But Washington was a little bit behind, but they eventually surpassed Oregon just on account of massive numbers of acres of grapes being grown up there, especially around, the Columbia River Valley. But Quilceda Creek was founded in 1978, and that actually makes them they were the 12th winery to be licensed and bonded in the state of Washington. So puts them definitely among the founding fathers of Washington wine. Their focus has always been one towards excellence. It's a luxury product, and the critics have just been really generous to Quilceda, for rightly so. The wines are spectacular. They have achieved multiple 100-point scores over the years, and at this point, Quilceda Creek is one of those wineries that you're not going to find in the shop. You might find they have a side label called CVR that you might find out there, but their flagship Cabernet Sauvignon is something that is only available really directly from them, and typically just through their mailing list and or wine club. So this is a really rare and unique opportunity. I visited with the folks from Quilceda Creek here not too long ago, and I talked to them about doing this, and they liked the idea, so they allowed me a small allotment of these wines to take care of whatever orders might come in through this. So I want to take a little moment here to taste this wine in front of the camera. And I don't like to do this very often. I think watching people taste wine is obnoxious, honestly. But I'm just going to go through this wine with you really quick because, I'm trying to sell you a singular wine, and I'm sure you want to know what it's all about. This is, it's from two of the most high pedigree vineyards in Washington, the Shampoo Vineyard and another vineyard called Mach 1, which is actually the most stunningly beautiful place I've ever seen as a vineyard. It's like perched on this little shelf overlooking the Columbia River, and it's just incredible. But the terroir could not be better. It's a stellar vineyard, and the hands of the winemakers here just kill it. So we've got the 2021 Quilceda Creek Cabernet Sauvignon here, and this is a $250 bottle, okay? So this is not, just your average everyday bottle to pick up. This is definitely a luxury product, something that you're gonna open on a special occasion. And it's really gonna be one of the great wine experiences that America has to offer. I mean, it's right up there, in my opinion, with your Opus Ones, your Phelps Insignias. I mean, even if you were to sip this side by side with Scarecrow or Screaming Eagle, it would be in the same echelon. in that way, $250 almost becomes a bargain, because you're entering an echelon of wine here that few people ever really get to experience. And the cost for entry can be prohibitive, you know? I mean, I think a bottle of Screaming Eagle these days is, well, easily in the four-digit figures. Um, and that's if you can even get your hands on it. So, Harlan Estate, I think, is up to 800 a bottle these days. And I've tasted all these wines, and I've tasted the Quilceda, and it's in the pocket. It is definitely part of that atmosphere of wines and peak experiences that wine can give you. So, without further ado, the 2021 Quilceda Creek Cabernet Sauvignon. You know, wines of this stature, the first thing obviously that is going to stand out to you, well, actually, I will say the first thing that's going to stand out to you is the color. And I was already tripping out on this when I pulled this from the bottle with my Coravin. It's coming out of the Coravin, and it literally just looks like India ink. It's completely opaque, and yet it's still like the rim is transparent. There's no cloudiness. There's like a clarity to it that is remarkable, but the color is so rich and so concentrated that you can't see through more than like a millimeter of this wine. So the color is just spectacular. On the nose, it just leaps out of the glass, and it's like one of these wines that has layers and layers, and the longer you think about it, the more you'll come up with different things to like liken the aromas to. Obviously there's a lot of fruit here. This is on the younger side for a wine that it has, the stature to hold up for 10, 20, 30 years in the cellar. So drinking it now on the younger side, it is more fruit forward. The fruit is dark, it's rich, it's definitely in the cassis, black currant, blackberry preserves sort of arena. And then you get all kinds of other just layers of complexities. I'm getting, lavender flowers, vanilla extract. There's some mocha, like powdery chocolate notes in there. There's definitely, because it's Cabernet Sauvignon and it has pyrazines, it's gonna have a little bit of greenness to it. There's like, for me, it's like a fresh tobacco, or even like the wrap of a very fine, fresh cigar. Definitely like exotic spices, sandalwood. There's a bit of graphite, from the deep minerality in these aged vines. Let's give it a whirl. Wow, it almost brings tears to my eyes. Not in like a overjoyed way, just like it like makes my whole face pulsate in like intensity of flavor and everything. The acidity and the alcohol, and it just like explodes on your palate. Um, One of the things that's really remarkable to me about this wine, and when we tasted it with the Quilceda folks, this is what made me want to offer it as something to buy right now, is it is so remarkably ready to drink, which is so like uncommon for Cabernet Sauvignon of this level. A lot of times these wines are just really wound up in their youth. They're really tannic and tight, and all you can say is, look, it's just going to get better when it's 15 years old. This wine is also going to get better when it's 15 years old, but it is also entirely ready to drink right now. I mean, there is nothing wrong with popping this bottle right now and drinking this wine. It is ready. It is generous. It's friendly. It's an absolute joy to drink right now. So that was really, I wanted that to be true. I'm not going to turn this into like something for only for collectors. I want to use wines that are going to be ready to drink for you. But for those collectors out there among you, I will say that this is a wine too that, easily 10, 15, 20 years in the cellar. It's only going to get more and more plush and round and ethereal and soft and all the lovely things. But let's try again real quick. Yeah, that is a world-class wine. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. There are different levels of greatness or different shades of greatness from around the world. It's not going to taste anything like a great Barolo or even a great Bordeaux for that matter. It's clearly a new world wine. It's an American wine. It's bold. It's plush. It's gregarious. It's flamboyant. Um, but it is on a level that like I said, it just doesn't get any better than this. So, I'm just really excited about this. I know $250 is quite a eye-watering price for a single wine, but for those of you who, if you're looking for that like once a year kind of experience, like maybe the bottle that you're going to open on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or New Year's, or even I could probably have this in your hands by Thanksgiving. I think we'll be able to pull that off. A little bit of a heavy wine for Thanksgiving, maybe I would say. This is more of like, unless you're doing red meat, like I do. Actually, I always do I've been doing a beef Wellington at Thanksgiving each year, and I think I'm gonna crack one of these open on Thanksgiving for that. But yeah, it's like think of it as your once a year splurge. It's like I said, a low cost for entry into an echelon of wines that is really rare. Maybe you've never even had a wine of this stature before, and $250 with shipping included to get it to your doorstep is actually a pretty small price to pay. So that's my opinion. One more. I think maybe the only thing I haven't talked about yet about this wine is the finish. That was my third sip now, and each time the flavor has just been lingering in my mouth the entire time that I'm talking, all the way up to each next sip. I mean, I'm still tasting it now. It's kind of going through herbs and spices right now. Yeah, the tenacity, the tenaciousness of this wine is unbelievable. It just keeps going and going. So I really would love to share this with you. I'm going to leave a link below for a direct link to the product page for this wine. And like I said, it's already set up that if you choose shipping, it will go into your cart with at free shipping, even if it's just one bottle. But if you have the spare cash and you want to throw in 2 or 3 bottles, it's worth it. This is a wine that you really want to stock up on. I mean, so I didn't even get into like what the critics have talked about with this vintage specifically, the 21. I believe it was 4 separate 100-point scores. Jeb Dunnick, I know, did 100 points. Owen Bar Green gave it 100 points. There was a couple more, I can't remember. I think Suckling was 98. But point being, like, these guys, they know what they're talking about. They taste thousands of wines each year, and obviously 100-point scores only go out to the very best of the best. And for a wine to not only achieve a 100-point score, but 4 separate scores from 4 separate reviewers like that, I mean, that says a lot about what a once in a lifetime kind of wine it is. So again, link below for this, free shipping to wherever you are. We should be able to get this out to you before Thanksgiving, latter half of November, whatever the case. And yeah, if you have any questions, of course, you can always reply to this email or text me on my cell phone number, which I'll give below. But I hope you'll take advantage of this, and I hope to sell a grip of these because they're really special, and I want you to experience it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again soon. Cheers.